Hey everybody! Hey, I got a question for you guys today. What is the biggest Uber or Lyft fare that you've ever had? So the biggest fare I've ever had, and I've had a few, but the biggest one was about $270. So let's take the time machine back to August 2014 and check it out. So you know that August is always popping for Uber in Los Angeles. Lots of people in town. Lots of people going out, and Saturdays are especially busy too. And this was just an awesome Saturday night. Check this out. $642 in earnings, but I want to show you guys my biggest Uber fare that I've ever had. And this is one of my best nights I've ever had too, but I also want to show you how I had a plan behind it. So, like I said, you know, Saturday nights are always busy, but on this particular Saturday night, there were a couple concerts going on, and it was also raining. So these things really spiked demand. So first I had a plan in place. I knew there was an Arcade Fire concert at the LA Forum over in Inglewood. So I went over there to try to pick up a ride. I got this ride, and the partner app here doesn't show you the surge amount, but I think this was at like a 6-time surge or something like that. And I remember picking up the people, and they were just like, thank you so much for picking us up. We couldn't find a ride. But then after just 4.5 miles, they were like, you know what, this is just going to cost so much, you know, we got to get out. And I'm like, all right, you know, sure, I can drop you off. And it's still raining, and there's just surge all over the map. And I knew there was also a Jay-Z and Beyonce concert at the Rose Bowl, but I didn't really want to go to Pasadena because that's always crazy. But then I looked a little bit further east, and I saw there was 13.5-time surge in the San Gabriel Valley. So I said, you know what, I am going offline and heading over there immediately. And what was going on there, it was called the Hard Summer Music Festival, like electronic music festival. And the transportation for that event was just a disaster. Nobody had rides. So by the time I got there, there were people everywhere begging for rides. We'll pay you in cash, this and that. And I said, no, you got to request through the app. So I got a request, and look at this. I took these kids from Hard Summer to their hotel. I guess they came to town just for the festival. But look at this ride, guys. This fare was about $270. The payout to me, $214. 16 miles, 22 minutes. But it gets better, because this was part of the best hour I've ever had with Uber. Because after that, I headed back to Hard Summer to try to get another ride. And by this time, surge was at like 6.5, I think. It was going down because more and more drivers were figuring it out to get over there. It was an area where usually there weren't any Uber drivers. It was a lot different a couple of years ago. Now there's Uber drivers everywhere. But back then, most drivers in LA were over on the west side. So as I was heading back to Hard Summer, then I got this $186 Whopper. And this was pretty awesome because I live over in Santa Monica, and this ride took me pretty much all the way home. And this was at like a 6.5 surge, I think. And it was 21 miles, 25 minutes, $186. So between those two rides, I actually made over $400 in less than an hour. So that was my best hour with Uber, and that first fare, biggest fare I've ever had with Uber. But I want to know, what's your biggest fare you've ever had? Or do you have any friends that are, maybe drive for Uber Black or Uber Lux that ever had just a huge fare? I'm curious. There's a lot of negative things we have to deal with as Uber drivers, but there's also some cool things like these huge fares that we get sometimes that, help us a lot, and a little money or a lot of money can go a long way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely want to hear about your biggest fares, so please put them down in the comments section below. And if you guys do have any questions, feel free to write in there as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon.